Hello everyone, Pontificator here. Woosa. What I'm about to tell you is so hilariously funny and infuriating. I don't know how you're going to react to this, but this is my part two. There's going to be a few more because I read their petition and it just made me like giddy with laughter. So, the TIA argues that 371.3 should be repealed because it was written in a time when brokers got paid by the carrier and all this other stuff. That actually still exists today. It's called co-brokering, and we actually engage in that with three different people where we pay them, we carry 100% of the liability and control, and we get the check and we cut them back their commission. That's co-brokering. But in any case, so the part two, this is going to blow your mind. So the TIA is arguing that, or rather stated that today's transaction is two-part. The shipper to the broker, that's one part, totally separate from the carrier. And that the broker to the carrier, well, that's a totally separate part. So transparency, why? Well, they also said that transparency exists in other manners, so there's no reason to follow 371.3, which is an admission that you're not following it. However, you're lying. Please prove to me where transparency exists through your members. Now, that said, back to my point about your idiotic statement about two separate transactions. So let's break this down. This is where it gets really funny. Some of you guys are probably already ahead of me. Let's say a broker does nothing but collect freight. They do nothing but take a whole bunch of orders, and they never give them out to shippers. They just do the one side of the transaction. Okay, now let's assume the other one. Let's assume a broker never takes any freight from a shipper, and they only ever locate a carrier. Wait, that would never happen, because if you don't have the freight, you can't find a carrier to haul it, because that would just be idiotic. That would be something else. So TIA and all of you mega bright multi-billion-dollar attorneys and law firms out there, do you not understand what the description of a broker is? Broker is authorized to locate a carrier to move a shipper's freight. That is the transaction. It's not two parts. That's the whole transaction. One piece without the other isn't anything. Nothing functions in that manner. So to the TIA, you guys are going to have to do better, but you can't do better because you know that you are breaking all of these laws. Then the laws are written very clear. So the stretch that you put onto these things is just comical, and they only serve. They don't. I'm not going to say they confuse the FMCSA, because I'm sure that the FMCSA is going, I don't think so, but this has to stop. The FMCSA needs to get on board with what the law actually states and hold everyone accountable. What do you guys think about this part two? Oh, part three is going to be even funnier.